You probably know this, but real beauty has nothing to do with your looks. Well, not nothing, but a large part of it is not just your physical appearance. Real attraction runs deeper. It's the way you carry yourself. It's your confidence, your aura. It's what you make people feel when you walk into a room. And honestly, when you focus only on the physical, it can really backfire. You can look gorgeous, but still feel so insecure. Why? Because your energy, your habits, your presence, your mindset, that's what really makes you magnetic. In this video, I'm sharing with you 9 non-physical ways to become the most magnetic person in any room, and how to actually apply them so they stick. These tips will change the way people see you and how you see yourself. Number 3 and 8 are my personal favorites and something I personally live by, so let's get into it. The first one is waking up early, but wake up early for you, not for anyone else. It's an act of self-devotion that says I matter enough to start my day with intention instead of feeling rushed, unprepared, or groggy in the morning. There's confidence that comes from knowing you're ahead of the game while the rest of the world is still asleep. And beyond the productivity boost, I think there's just something so peaceful and so calming about the early mornings and the stillness of it all. And also, besides that, it just feels better. Think about the days where you woke up earlier than expected, you got up and you did something that was productive. Or you just got up and you enjoyed the day, you enjoyed the morning, you watched the sunrise maybe. That's really early. But if you did that, just think of how good that feels. Did you know that studies show that early risers are 36% more proactive and report greater self-esteem and general well-being? They're also 13% more likely to achieve peak performance, especially when they start the day with purpose. No hate on my night owls, but consider being an early riser? You don't have to wake up 3 hours earlier to be an early riser, by the way. Just start with 30 minutes or 1 hour earlier. It's much more realistic than overhauling your whole routine and potentially disrupting your sleep cycle. And it's also easier to be consistent when the changes are not so jarring. 2 other things that help me with this is 1, visualizing what I want to do, like visualizing myself getting out of bed, opening my curtains, and showering. I have to really picture that in my head before, in my groggy state, I get up, shut off my alarm, and then stand up. It helps a lot to visualize what you want to do. And the second thing is look forward to something in the morning. Like for me, I really love making breakfast now. Like I used to not eat breakfast, but now when I wake up, I think, I can't wait to have my oatmeal with blueberries. And that sounds so boring. Like it's not a extraordinary, super special breakfast. But for me, it's something I really enjoy. I really like blueberries and I really like the honey I put on my oatmeal, and it just tastes so wholesome, and it's something I look forward to after being hungry the whole night. The second thing is saying people's names. It's such a tiny, tiny thing. It's a small tweak, but it results in a huge change in energy. When you say someone's name, you make them feel seen, not just heard, and that makes them feel truly acknowledged. Like most people don't realize how starved we are for a genuine connection, so this simple shift can make a huge, huge impact. According to social psychologists, hearing your name activates the brain regions that are associated with self-importance and recognition. So make it a habit. When someone introduces themselves to you or you message someone, say their name out loud. Nice to meet you, Sarah. I love your hair today, Amanda. It helps lock it in. You will definitely see the shifts. You will see people light up at being recognized or being called their name, and then they will also associate that positive feeling to you. Number 3, being a great listener. You honestly don't need to say much to be magnetic. You just need to really listen. Being a great listener is so magnetic because it's so rare. Most people are so focused on being heard and sharing what they want to share that they forget how important and how powerful it is to just hold space for someone else. When you really listen, without interrupting, without judging, without fixing anything, you create emotional safety. That presence shows maturity, confidence, and deep empathy. It also makes people feel valued, important, and seen. I will live by this statement. I will stand by it and fight you on it that being a great listener is one of life's ultimate hacks. It not only helps improve your relationships, your communication, and facilitate understanding, but it also helps you become more confident. It's one of the tips I share in my video right here where I talk about how I overcome my shyness and build confidence. And I really recommend you give it a watch if it's something you're interested in. It's honestly made such a difference in how I handle large social gatherings and social interactions. I go into more detail here on how to do it, but in general, being a good listener doesn't have to be hard. Just give the other person your full attention by minimizing distractions like your phone, electronics. Maintain good eye contact, like 80% eye contact, 20% looking away, because it's a bit scary if you look at them all the time. Use open and positive body language like nodding. Think about your words first and their words and then respond. The next tip helps with this as well, because tip number 4 is be curious. I think curiosity is so attractive because it shows you're kind of like alive inside. Like you have this desire to learn more things, to be open to these new experiences. I think that's just so refreshing. A curious person isn't rigid or closed off. They're open, interested, and also emotionally awake. Being open to learning signals both confidence and humility. You're grounded enough to know that you don't know everything, and you're also driven enough to want to know more. Studies from the University of Buffalo show that curious people are rated as more approachable, engaging, and intelligent. Curiosity increases dopamine, which makes the conversation rewarding for both people. It shows you're open-minded, which is one of the most attractive traits linked to emotional maturity and relationship success. To put this tip into action, use the tell me more rule once a day. When someone mentions something, even something that's very small, say, oh wait, tell me more. This will signal interest without too much pressure. It works great for friendship, dating, and networking. Number 5, creating a healthy distance. Not everyone deserves access to you all the time, and sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Like, don't say anything when someone asks you about your boundaries or why you said no. You don't owe them that explanation. The most attractive people know how to gracefully exit a situation without inviting chaos or bringing the whole house down, and they know the importance of protecting their peace, because that is sacred. In attachment psychology, people who enforce healthy boundaries tend to avoid emotional dilution and are also seen as more grounded and more trustworthy. Having boundaries and selective intimacy signals self-worth. A bit of a unique way to put this tip into action is to give yourself mini detox zones, like times of the day where you are not going to respond to any texts, you're not going to be on social media, and you're generally going to be minding your own business. As you get more comfortable with these time frames, you can even extend them for longer. Trust grows when you don't overshare or overperform. Number 6 is being consistent. Attraction isn't just about charisma. It's about reliability. Be the person that someone can count on. And for yourself, be that person as well. Can you count on yourself? Do you do what you say you're going to do? And do you trust yourself? Your word is your character, and your consistency builds trust. And when you think about it, consistency creates a feeling of safety, not just for the people around you, but also for yourself. It shows that you're grounded, and honestly, I think we're all drawn to people who show up. To put this into action, pick one micro commitment that you're going to stick with. For example, is it waking up early? Is it going to the gym twice or 3 times a week? Is it journaling every day or reading 20 pages of your book every day? Pick 1 or 2 micro habits and really do your best to be consistent. Try not to miss any days, but remember that if you do, it's better to miss 1 day than to miss 2 days. Number 7, fixing your energy before you walk into a room. What this might look like is before you walk into a room where like you have a big meeting or an office party or just a social interaction, take a deep breath, let yourself be grounded, breathe, and maybe say some positive affirmations or do what you need to get into a good energy and a good headspace. Check in with yourself and ask, what energy am I walking in with right now? Because your presence a lot louder than any words you say. This is because your nonverbal presence, such as your posture, your breathing, your heart rate, that all affects how other people read you. Research in embodied cognition shows that breathing deeply for 1 minute can lower stress by 30%. Centered people are unforgettable. You don't need to control the room. You just need to be in control of your energy. Before any event or conversation, do 60 seconds or even 30 seconds of deep belly breathing. Like inhale for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 5. Or any other variation that you prefer. Also, check your posture. Check if your jaw and your shoulders are tense. Is your posture good? Are your shoulders back? Is your neck high? And your hands. Relax your hands. Put them in a nice place. Don't put them across your chest or like touching your neck, touching your hair. Just check in with yourself. Tip number 8 is giving I'm good either way energy. There's something so cool about the person who knows that no matter what happens, they're going to be okay. Like no matter what the outcome is, they're going to be fine. They feel like a solid rock. Like they feel like someone dependable, and it's just such a cool thing for me to see when someone's like, oh, okay, I'll handle it. Or, oh, okay, it's not a big deal. And I think a big reason why that is because that's what confidence is. Confidence is not about being the best. It's about knowing that you can handle anything that comes your way. It's this mindset that everything happens for me and not to me. It's kind of hard to put this tip into actions because it's just kind of your mindset and the way you think about life and how you perceive the things that are happening to you. But try checking the way you speak to yourself or the way your internal monologue sounds. For example, maybe in your head you're thinking, please don't leave me alone to do this. Please don't make me do it myself. Change that thought process to something more neutral and reaffirm yourself instead of begging or being reactive, desperate, or clingy. Reaffirm that you can do it and that you are strong and that you have the capability to achieve what you want. It's easier said than done, but once you practice it more and more, it becomes more of a habit to have this kind of mindset and this strong mentality. And that will change the way your energy speaks and the way you interact with others and treat others and the way you treat yourself. And the last tip, number 9, is not talking badly about others. I put this as the last tip because honestly, I still kind of struggle with it. It's still normalized to gossip and talk bad about other people, especially in work culture, and like to get closer to other people. That's kind of one way to do it, right? To hate on one person together. But it's very, very bad for you. Not just like it looks bad for you to say that kind of stuff, but it also makes you think badly about yourself because you're like, am I really the type of person that says that? And I don't think anyone wants to be the kind of person that talks bad about other people. The most feminine and graceful and the most respectable women are the ones that protect their words, not just their peace. The words you speak is the house you live in. Like, definitely gossip might feel fun and spicy at the time, but it really just chips away at your grace and how you see yourself, especially if you think of yourself as someone who is respectable and who wouldn't do those kind of things. When you catch yourself about to say something negative about someone else, pause, bite your tongue if you need to, and count to 3. Change the script to either say nothing at all or to pivot to something positive. Of course, this is so much easier said than done. I still personally struggle with this, and it's something I really want to work on. There is a whole slew of reasons why gossip is bad. Not only does it kind of signal that you have low self-esteem, but it's also not good for your own emotional well-being in the long term. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel good, but I know that everyone does it because it's so like normalized, and venting is also really normalized, but really try your best not to gossip. And know that when you mess up and you do gossip sometimes, it's okay as long as you're working on being a better version of yourself every day and stopping and limiting that gossip. That's what I'm trying to remind myself of as well. Like, I don't suck because I gossip this one time, but I will suck if I don't make a continuous effort to be better and to stop eventually. You don't need to change your whole appearance or even who you are to become more attractive. You just have to come back to yourself. Every one of these habits is a signal to the universe and to yourself that you know your value, and there's nothing more attractive than that. Start with one shift, practice it with intention, and give yourself time to grow into the version of you that already exists deep down. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I think you would love this next one about why discipline is the sexiest thing you can be. Because it honestly is, and this video breaks down the psychology of the steps you can take and the actionable tips to become the most disciplined version of you. Subscribe for more pep talks and actionable tips that help you become the best version of yourself, the most glowed up, amazing, and extraordinary human you can be. I'll see you soon. Bye!